All right, good morning. It is Thursday morning. It's back for another day of X3. It's pull day today, and I've already got my animal moves in today. I came out and I set my pad up on the back patio, and I did my 5 basic moves. Beast, static beast, and then moving beast or traveling beast, and then static crab, and then traveling crab, and then lateral traveling ape. So you go side, just anyway. So I did 3 rounds of those, and I'm telling you, if you think you're strong, get down and do some of those positions. It's humbling, very humbling, especially when I've been doing this for so long and I feel so strong in all those other areas. And then you get down on the ground and you start moving your body weight around. That is very humbling. But I can tell you this, I have improved since I started doing it on Monday. I've gotten better and I feel more confident as I'm going along. Every day I do it, I'm feeling more confident, I'm getting more coordination, feeling better about doing it. So right now I said those are the 5 basic moves. I'm starting from the very bottom. And I got a nice sweat going on underneath here right now. And it is a little chilly out. The sun hasn't crested the hill yet. It is chilly. It is like 7 o'clock in the morning. So it is a little chilly. But I have a nice sweat going. Anyway, so what I've found with doing those animal moves is you're so engaged so much in your core and your hips and your legs and everything, holding yourself up and moving into lateral positions and trying to hold your core into off balance positions with one hand and one foot. I have so much engaged my core and my hips so much that the pain in my side and my hips has lessened by 95%. I barely feel any. I put my shoes on this morning. I didn't feel any pain bending over to put my shoes on. So out of all the things that I did for the past couple weeks, it seems to be that the animal flow moves is the most engagement for me as far as mobility, stretching, muscular, everything. You have to use all of it. You have to use your strength, you have to use agility, you have to use mobility. So I really like that particular style that I'm doing right now. So I will shoot another video next week to show you how much I've improved from the first video of how terrible I was. So today is just a pull day, standard X3 pull day. We are going to do deadlifts, but I'm going to do them with a very light band, and I'm just working on the form. I want to get that form down, and I just want to get the feeling back. I'm not going to go super heavy or super long. I just want to get maybe 10, maybe 15 reps in and be done with it. Then we're going to go with the bent rows, and we're going to go do those hard, and then we're going to do biceps, and then we're going to do legs. And then after I get all that stuff, we have the hangs from the pull-up bar. We have the regular hangs and we have the inverted hangs. And then I'm gonna show you the bicep stretch that I'm doing with the kettlebells afterwards. So let's get ready to go. All right, as you can see, I'm not doing the yellow band and I'm not doing the black band. I'm going to do the green band, which is the same as the dark gray band. I'm just working on form. I'm working on engaging the core. So when you're going down, instead of arching your back, I want to engage that core as I'm coming up, lock that core, and then drive up with the hips. I want to engage this. Before I was kind of arching my back a little bit as I was pulling up, so I want to engage the core and then come up. So I'm working on that feeling is what I'm doing right here. All right, that was 15. I don't want to go any higher. It's just getting the feeling back of activating the hips, getting the core engaged when you're coming up, keeping everything tight, not throwing all that stress and that weight back onto your hip. A little wind. All right, we're gonna do some rows. All right, bent row, green band, supinated. We're going heavy, just to see how it feels. Take it to exhaustion. Oh. 20, that's good. Whew, haven't done any pulling moves with the back for a couple weeks now. Haven't done anything serious with the bands for a couple weeks, so that's good. Felt really strong, getting the backs activated. Hip squeak just a little bit. So still working on, obviously, rehabbing that. Don't want to overdo it. Whew. All right, biceps coming up next. All right, let's get some biceps. Green band. I got the wide bar because I want my palms flat. I don't like my hands in here so much, but I want them flat. We're just gonna do drag curls. I'm probably gonna start out at the beginning doing a long, trying to go down as far as I can, stretching it, and just take it to exhaustion after that. Whew, 18 big pulls. I obviously haven't done that for a while. Trying to get to that top peak contraction, holding it and squeeze it there for a split second. Don't just come up, go back down, get there, hold it, squeeze it, and then slowly lower it back down. Whew. I can tell that I'm actually gaining more here. I'm the hardest grower at all for biceps by doing those stretching from the pull-up bar, and then the other exercise I'm gonna do later of just standing there and letting your biceps stretch. It's actually, your biceps are really engaged when you're in that stretched position. They are so engaged. That felt good, obviously for the first time back in 2 weeks. Now we're gonna set up, we're gonna do some split squats. I'm not going super crazy on the legs because those animal flow moves take a lot out of your legs. See, whew, I had hiccups. I take a lot out of your legs when you're in those animal positions on the ground, especially when you're in all four with your knees hovering off the ground. Your quads are so engaged. My quads are sitting there shaking like that. So I'm not going super crazy on legs. I want to be able to do my animal flow tomorrow morning. All right, set up, we're gonna do some split squats. All right, split squats. I'm staying with the green band, which is the dark gray band. I'm doing right leg first, which is the bad hip. So we're only gonna do 15 reps. I'm not going super over extension into the fatigue zone, but I am gonna go slow. I am gonna make it work. It is gonna be painful by the time I get to 15. That was 15. Whew. That felt good. Not super painful, but it felt strong. Like I said, I'm coming back from that hip issue, so don't want to overdo it right now. I put myself back into the non-working out phase of that recovery. Whew. All right, left leg coming up. All right, let's get this last one. Let's get this left leg done with. Then we can move on to the hyperplasia, or the stretching, loaded stretching protocol of my workout. 15. I can feel it. Not super painful. I could have done more, but still recovering. But then again, I am getting a lot of work in doing the animal flow moves with the legs. Whew. All right, I'll take a little break. We're gonna set up and I'm gonna do my hanging from a pull-up bar. I'm not gonna film it all because it's boring as hell. At least to watch. 30 seconds, 35 seconds on, 30-second rest for 10 rounds in the regular pull-up position. Then I'll take a little break, I'll reset my timer, and I'll do 15 seconds on with a 30-second break in the chin-up position. That's really on your wrist and your elbows. That's a good stretch and getting those tendons used to feeling that stretch position. And then we'll go onto the patio and I'll show you the kettlebell exercise that I've been doing. It's just holding the kettlebells in a position with your hands out and letting all that bicep and all those tendons and ligaments stretch and get used to carrying that heavy load. I'll only film a little bit here to show you at least what it is I'm doing because like I said, it is boring as hell. All right. All right, I'll start with filming with the first one. So the timer's over there. I'll hit the timer and I'll go and I'll hang from the bar for 35 seconds and then a 30-second break in between. During this, in the beginning, I want to just do a passive hang. Let the shoulders come up, really let the body stretch, let everything stretch, the core stretch, let my hips stretch, let everything stretch. And then as I get to maybe about 5 rounds, maybe after the 5th round, then I'll start protracting just a little bit, just pulling my shoulders down a little bit, kind of engaging there and bringing my legs up and getting my core engaged and holding it into a little hollow body position, letting everything get engaged. First 5 is just going to be like a just standard passive or a dead hang or whatever you want to call it, letting all the ligaments, let all the tendons, let everything stretch, let your body get used to that position. So that's going to be the first one. All right, that's it for the first one. And I've taken my pull-up stand and I've set it up on block, so it's actually higher, so I can actually hang freely with my feet just barely hovering off the ground. So I'm trying to let all my muscles relax so much that I can actually get my feet to the ground doing that. So I'll do that for a couple more rounds, and then last ones I will do a protractive. So we'll see you when I get back there. All right, we're getting ready to do the last one. Had a little break in between. I got called into the house to go assist, so back out here, finished up, we're doing the last one. Now this last one, like I said, I'm trying to engage the core more, trying to get more length in the sides. I'm moving around on the pull-up bar, getting everything kind of activated and feeling all of the muscles stretching and moving together as one. All right, so when I started doing those about 3 weeks ago, just hanging from the bar, it was painful as hell. I was barely getting maybe 20 seconds at a time, just holding up there, trying to do, I think I started on this showing you, I think I was maybe doing like 6 rounds or 7 rounds. I was trying to do those before I hurt my back. So now I've been off, obviously rehabbing my hip and my low back. I've been doing the hangs in place of any workouts, just hanging there. And I went straight to, obviously since I have plenty of time, I went straight to 10 rounds. And I started at like a 20 seconds, and now I'm up to 35 seconds at this point. And like I said, at the beginning, the first couple sets are just dead hangs, just letting your body stretch and everything. And then as I'm getting farther into those reps, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm trying to use the core, stretching, getting everything activated, really feeling it up here with your shoulders and your arms and everything, just, you know, really being activated, holding onto that bar and pulling. So I'm getting better. I can feel it every time I get onto this thing. I'm getting better and stronger, feeling better about doing it. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, and I'm gonna set up and I'm gonna do the inverted, the chin up hangs. And I'm only doing those for 15 seconds. Like I said, I'm starting from scratch with those. I only started doing those like at the end of last week or something like that. So there's a 30-second break with a 15-second hang with 10 rounds. And I'll probably show you the last one when I get here, just to show you. Basically, I'm trying to do the same thing, as I'm trying to just get used to that hang, and then as I'm hanging more towards the end, I'm trying to stretch more, get more active, more movement into the hang there to actually activate your joints and your ligaments and tendons and all those good things. So let's get ready to go. All right, I got 2 more left to go on the inverted or chin up hangs. It's a lot tougher on the hands in that position than a regular pull-up.
3, 2, 1, go. Halfway there. 3, 2, 1, rest.
What I'm trying to do is just pulse the bicep, pulse it and then stretch it and get a big stretch, pulse it and then stretch it, and pulse it and stretch it. Trying to get used to that feeling of activation in the bicep instead of in the shoulders and the back and everything. Of course, keeping the core tight the whole time you're hanging.
3, 2, 1, go. Halfway there. 3, 2, 1. Workout complete.
All right, that was 10 rounds, 15-second hang, 30-second break. In the beginning, obviously when you switch over from doing regular hangs to that, the first couple are really kind of not painful, but really stressful on the joints, getting used to in that inverted position like this. By the time I get to 6 or 7, I'm ready, I'm hanging, I'm good. It's just the grip starts giving out. And that's when I start pulsing the biceps, trying to get used to pulling with that bicep instead of pulling with your back like a pull-up. You want to chin up, do a chin up with that bicep, but also getting a big long stretch. This is just my personal journey on my personal workout. So now I'm gonna go show you the kettlebell thing that I do at the end, just to hang and stretch and load the biceps, especially in that extended position. All right, for my last exercise, last loaded exercise for the day, I've got my 56-pound kettlebells here. I'm gonna hit the timer, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 10 rounds, and all I'm doing is I'm just coming up, standing up. These are on cinder blocks, and just rotating my arms out and just holding on to them and letting that stretch. And you can really feel that in your bicep. Your bicep wants to contract, and as you're contracting and you're just letting it go more, contract, but it is contracted a lot while you're in this position because it's holding your arm steady. So I'll be doing 10 rounds. Let's get the first one done. And just rotate them out and just let them hang. Let your shoulders pull down to your chest. Your biceps are pulling down. You're just passive hang. That's all you're doing. Obviously your grip is strong. You're just letting them hang there naturally.
3, 2, 1, rest.
That's it. I do 10 rounds of those. So I'm gonna go back to listen to some music while I'm doing this boring workout, although it feels great. If you like lifting heavy things and just holding on to heavy things, you can feel your whole body activated while you're doing it. So I'll see you when I get done. All right, we're getting ready to do the last one. Whew. All right. Just rotating your hands out and letting them hang, letting your shoulders go down, letting everything stretch, and you can really feel it in here. It's not a bad stretch, it's a good support in the weight stretch.
Three, two, one, go.
I can really feel it pulling on the left arm over here. That's the weaker, right-handed, so I can really feel that.
3, 2, 1, workout complete.
All right, that was it. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, just hanging, dumbbell, kettlebell, just picking up some cinder blocks and holding them and getting that bicep to stretch. And when that bicep to stretch, it is very active. It is in a very active position. It doesn't just activate when it's curled, it also activates when it's in the stretched position, holding your arms and your ligaments and everything in there. I'm not a scientist, I just know that that's what happens. All right. All right, that's it. The cats are having fun chasing each other around. That's it for today's workout. This is my own personal workout. Like I said, I've been doing the X3 for 95 weeks, 94 weeks, whatever. I've injured myself slightly a couple times. Obviously, it's been just muscle strains, especially in the deadlifts and the lower back area. And obviously, I hurt my knee several months ago. I'm not sure if it was the front squat or if it was playing disc golf and twisting when I do my throws and twisting on that knee. Anyway, so I rehabbed back from that. That knee is feeling 100% now. The hip is coming back and it's feeling better. I noticed that out of all of the muscle injuries that I've ever had working out, that's minor compared to going to the gym when you used to, you know, put heavy weight on your back or sit on the bench press or whatever else, and then you end up really straining the shoulder trying to do a heavy, you know, a military press behind your neck, or, you know, doing a squat on, you know, on your back, and you end up hurting yourself and you're out for, you know, a couple months, you can't move or anything like that. So if any of the injuries that I've sustained doing this has just been muscle strain from overworking the muscle or from doing the exercises inappropriate, as in with the deadlift. The deadlift is a very difficult position because you are putting yourself in that bend position and you're really pulling up with a lot of weight. So, and I've gotten a lot stronger doing that, obviously, over the past 2 years, but I was still kind of doing it wrong. So I really need to work on, obviously, the core activation when I'm doing that deadlift. So, learning that lesson. Throwing all these other exercises in, I just feel kind of stagnant doing the X3 only. I want to be able to do other things. I want to be able to get on the ground, like I said, and be able to be mobile on the ground. I'm telling you, that is a whole different world of strength, being on the ground and doing those animal flow moves. Man, you are testing yourself in a whole different way. If you think you're strong doing, you know, just pull-ups and push-ups and dips and whatever else, get on the ground and start moving your body into weird positions and supporting yourself. Your body is going to be activated, especially your core. Your core is super going to be activated doing all that. All of the guys that I follow on YouTube and I watch them, those guys, there's none of them that have any of this. They are all slim, and core stabilization during all that is so crazy. I think that's what's been helping doing my little beginner stuff in the morning, is the core activation. To actually have to do that is intense. It's very intense, and it's not overpowering like you're just doing like 100 sit-ups or 100 crunches, but it is really core engaging in different positions when you got one hand down and one foot down and you're picking the hand up and you're picking the other foot up and your whole core is engaged. Yeah, it's a whole different world, and it's very challenging. I like a challenge. I'm challenged with the X3. Yes, I love lifting heavy. I love that feel, but now I want to be challenged in other things. I want to be challenged. I want to be able to do muscle ups. I want to be able to do pull-ups. So that's why I'm working on right here. I'm working from the basics, from the ground up, just hanging from that bar and get my body used to that position. And once I'm comfortable in that type of position, then I'll start pulling up a little bit and hanging and pull, just working your way slowly up. Like I did with the X3. I started from the very light bands and I worked all of my way up to the yellow band, doing pushes and doing deadlifts. So I know I can do it. I see myself do it. It's just consistency and effort is what's going to get me there. The animal flow is awesome. The X3 after that is awesome. Doing the loaded stretches. Oh, I'm telling you, I can feel it in my biceps. And it looks like I'm actually seeing something that's happening. And my biceps have always been actually non-existent. I mean, they're there. They just don't have that big pop. But I'm actually lengthening them, and I'm actually making them work even more, especially in that lengthened position, making them activate, so they're actually getting more active. So I like that. I like that challenge. Eventually, I want to get the rings out here on my big pull-up bar and be able to do rings. Be able to do dips on the rings. I used to do those a long time ago, although they were terrible. But I would like to be able to get back to doing those again. So that's another reason why I'm working on the kettlebell, opening your hands up and really strengthening this. So when you get the rings out here, you can really lean into those rings and start doing some ring stuff. Rings are freaking insane. They beat the they beat that thing over there, the dip bar, by a whole bunch, because there's so much stabilization you have to do. So those are things I want to add into my program here going forward. I think I'm going to video myself tomorrow when I'm doing my basic animal stuff. I want to start videoing that once a week and throwing it up here so that I can see how terrible I am and how better I'm getting. This week has been a whole learning curve. I'm still learning to hold the static positions. I'm not even walking in the traveling positions. I'm just picking one foot up and one hand up and trying to hold that position for a second or two, and then putting a foot down and doing the other one like you are walking, but just picking your foot up and stabilizing, doing those. So I am learning all of those. So I'm going to video myself probably every Friday if I can, or once a week, and throw that up here so you can see the progress that I'm making with that. I know, I'm feeling really excited about doing the animal flow stuff. The X3 that's the standard thing. I love coming out and pushing it hard and getting the sweat going and making my muscles cry. But doing that over there is more of a skill, and that's what I really want to work on. So I will still be doing this. After I'm done today doing this, I'm going to go ahead and make myself my bulletproof coffee, and I'm going to go sit down on the front porch in my squat position, because I really want to, still working on the squat, still working on that every day. And then I'm going to edit this and then post this. So although I'm not doing the squat in the morning, I am doing it with the ape move, but I'm not sitting in that position. But I will go out there on the front porch and I will get about 15-20 minutes in just squatting down while I'm editing this video and getting ready to post it while I'm drinking my coffee and just relaxing for the rest of the morning before we get ready to get on with the day. Thanks for everybody for showing up, for watching this crazy stuff. I'm just posting this for myself so I can go back and look at myself from where I was at to where I'm gonna go and what I'm doing. Hopefully at some point in time I will be doing those animal flow moves and I'll look like I've been doing it for years, and I will get there, and I will actually lean this out. I know by doing those, by you actually engaging the core a lot, I'm really gonna activate a lot of the fat tissue in my body and get that burned off. Just doing a lot more of those moves is really gonna activate a whole lot more. So get ready for that. Thanks everybody for showing up. I appreciate it. And thanks for any comments that you want to shoot out there. Appreciate those too. And have yourself a good day. And I will see you tomorrow when I post my animal flow, and you'll see how terrible I am at doing any of those animal flow moves. And you can laugh at me then. Have a good day.